gotta know it, I still send a hit. You gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it. Bitch, you gotta know it, you gotta know it.
What's going on, you guys? You already know this is your girl, Zoe Baby, tapping back in with It's a Vibe podcast. This is episode 23, you guys. And I got a very special guest. I've been extremely excited about this interview. If you guys missed last week, we actually had Ace of the Don in. He talked about his new album that he just dropped, Lover's Card. We went over his music, Fight Back, and we had a good time. So make sure y'all go to It's a Vibe podcast on YouTube and Zoe Baby on Instagram. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit those notifications, baby, so that y'all can get this shit every single time. Now, as I told y'all, we do have a very special guest tonight. We actually have T.O. Suggs, baby.
Yeah.
Now, T.O. Suggs, before we get into this interview right now, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you from, and kind of what it is you do.
Hey man, I'm T.O. Suggs. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I'm an artist. I've been rapping about 14 years.
14 years rapping. Okay, so now tell me, like, where did it first start for you? Like, how did you first get into music?
Walking around the house rapping, my sister telling me to shut up because you ain't making no sense. So I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And over the time I got better and I got better and I got better. I was putting it on paper, but I wasn't taking it serious.
Right.
I was like just putting it on paper, playing. So I think like in 2000, I want to say like 16, that's when I linked up. Matter of fact, I linked up with, he wasn't my manager at the time, but I linked up with my manager, which is AMG.
Okay.
And went in there, I did a song, and it's just been like, go like ever since.
Now, I noticed back when you first started, because you said you really started taking it serious like 5-6 years ago. You did a lot of vlogging. You was doing a lot of traveling. You was in Miami. You was all over at the barbershop getting clean, turning the fuck up, doing mixtapes, features, all kinds of shit. Now, just kind of put us in that time frame, like when you first started coming out, because your music always had motion. Even when you look back to your older songs right now, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 views and different things. So put us back into the time frame. Like, what kind of mindset was you in back then?
I was just like, really the same mindset I'm in right now, trying to, take my family out of the struggle. Like, it ain't never changed. I just had a little setback, but it ain't never changed. I know like within this music, within the Tampa music industry, it's a lot of popularity over talent.
Right.
So, this nigga here song might be trash, but just cause he popular, is he got way more followers and fans and shit. So I just knew I had to just hit the gas.
But you kind of see, it don't even have to be the people with the most followers. Like if you linked in with certain people behind the scenes, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And you kind of speak about that a lot in your music, kind of like your music is like real music. You get what I'm saying? You talk a lot about your struggle, kind of what you went through in the music industry, like the betrayals. So when you first starting off, getting out there and your music taking off and you doing your thing, right? The people who were with you then, are those the same people that were kind of with you? Did they follow you along your journey, or did you kind of see people start falling off?
The people that was with me then, like, it's a little situation happened where they just like fell off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And God put better people around me, so my shit even getting more serious. So it's like, hey man, may Allah bless you.
Yes. Now you are Muslim.
Right.
Okay. Were you Muslim coming up? Like, was that something that you were?
I wasn't. I always believe it's hard. Like I always believe that it's one God, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like, why do I have to pray, ask the Son of God, when I can just go straight to the man?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My message might not get delivered. So I did my studying. On it. I researched it. You know what I mean? Prophet Muhammad. I did, you know what I mean? Study on Umar, on all of them. And I know that this is this is the truth. You know what I mean? Like this is like you got the in the Bible. It's gonna get it's written like 3, 4, 5, 6, 100 times. But with that Quran is one way. It ain't you ain't gonna see. I can give you a Quran. You can go to the store and buy another Quran. You're gonna see the same thing in it. It ain't gonna flip. It ain't gonna change.
Okay, so now with all of the religions out here, because you have Judaism, you got Hinduism, you got Christianity, you said you did a lot of research and you were studying, like, in your studies, what did you find to make you feel like
It
this
was
is the way?
it was, you know what I mean. For one, it was the brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. It was the brotherhood. And just the way how the Muslims move, how we move. Certain things that I was doing. And I was like, dang, I can't. It seemed like I can't get ahead. I can't get ahead. You know what I mean? So I met this dude. His name was Trey, and Trey used to like give me the game. So like, I ain't paying no attention. You know what I mean? So as time went on, it's you know how can I put this? How can I put this? Like, I guess it's just all just the brotherhood made me, you know what I mean? The brotherhood and, me believing in one God. Why do I got to pray to the Son of God when I can just go straight to Him, you know what I mean? So I guess that's just basically what it all came down to, you know what I mean?
So at what point did you convert?
In 2000, I think it was like 2019.
Okay.
2019, but I wasn't on that righteous path.
Mm-hmm.
I was still like, fuck you, fuck whoever you want to do, whatever you want to do, we gonna step on you. This is just what it is. You know what I mean? So I really like changed when I went to prison for the second time.
Okay, so you went 2 times.
Right.
So how long did you stay the first time?
First time I did 28 months.
Okay. Where were you?
I was at Sumter, and I had put me in what that shit was, Lancaster.
Oh my gosh. Now, what you went to jail for? I went to jail 1 time.
This time or the 100 times before?
100 times. So what was that led you to jail? And then what kind of changes did you have to make?
This time.
We can talk about this time.
Oh, we talking about that. We talking about this time. This time it was just like some real flaw shit that people that was around me was flaw as fuck. I was laying with the devil. You know what I mean? The enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Same motherfucker. I like gave my heart to. Did everything, whatever I needed to do as they was significant other. I did that, and then for them to turn around and fuck with a nigga who I call my uncle, who been knowing me since I was 7, 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I spaz. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. If I sit here and lie to you, know what I mean? It won't be the real me.
Okay, so that's when you broke in the house.
I ain't breaking the house.
What you did? Because that's what the news say.
I was already in the house.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
I was already.
It's alleged, y'all.
I was already in there, and then when it came in, it was just like, go.
So how you get in the house?
And it wasn't. I'm gonna say it wasn't.
Sure.
It was me, but at the same time, when you in love, right, and a bit break your heart like that, you ain't in your right state of mind. You blinded by love. You ain't being controlled.
Now I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Okay, so she was cheating. Now what was you doing though? You was faithful the whole time?
The whole time?
Yeah.
No.
So you weren't faithful the whole time?
No.
You was cheating?
I did. But listen, it ain't the point about her cheating. It's the fact about who she was cheating with.
Okay, I got
That's the point, because you got to understand, this a nigga who would hit me up and say, hey, let's come do a show. Hey, come do a show with me. And I go do the show. you in my face. You know what I mean? You in my face. You in her face. I introduce you. You know what I mean? This my lady. The whole time, you know what I mean? You screwing it, but you know, hey, Allah bless me with something bigger and better.
I know that's
You
right.
know what I
Shout
mean?
out to the special
Hey,
lady that you got. That's
hey.
exactly how shit happened. Now, how did you get in the house? See, he thought I forgot that, didn't I?
Allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
I went through the back door.
That's right.
I went through the back door.
Okay, so you go through the back door.
I was in the back door allegedly, you know what I mean? Allegedly. I was in the back. I was already came through the back door. I was in the house, and at the whole time they was selling me out, and I'm in the house waiting on you. Cut up all the lights. Allegedly.
So they walked through the door, allegedly.
They ain't walked through the door. I ain't give them a chance.
Oh.
Allegedly.
You met him out the door.
Something
See,
like,
the news be spinning shit. See, the news made me feel like
the
it
news
was time for a jack move. You went in there, bust down the guy. Like, they made you sound like Rambo around that bitch.
The news ain't gonna tell you that after this fact I went to jail, I paid my bond. I got out. News ain't gonna tell you that these people still calling me.
The girl.
Yeah, the news ain't gonna tell you that.
And the nigga. And the dude.
Nah,
I gotta start watching.
He ain't really like, he ain't really want no smoke.
But the girl, so you still in communication with the girl?
Fuck no. Why would I still be in
I'm just trying to
communication
make
with her?
sure.
You know, now today they got this thing called blog.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck. Listen, what I got now is a real queen. Why would I fuck up and break her heart for a bitch that I just spent 5 years in prison for?
Okay, so you do those.
My son was 9 years old when I left. He's 15 now.
So I did see a post on your Instagram where you said that you always said that you wanted to provide that house, that home. You want to have all your attention on your kids, and you feel like in some ways you're not able to do that now.
I just feel like, I've been fucking up for so long. Know what I mean? And I really like raise my kid from behind the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know in their eyes, man, I got the best dad in the world in their eyes. But just me, like, I want to give my kids more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, to them, shit, like, tonight, they already, hey, man, dad, I get V-Bucks. So they already, like, and to them, I'm the best fucking dad in the world. But, like I say, to me, is I want to be able to give them more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I ain't never had that.
Right.
Know what I mean? I ain't never had no dad. I don't know them. He don't know me. All I ever had was my mama.
Right.
Know what I mean? So I want my kids got to be like, they don't want shit. Like, I want to give them the whole world. Straight up. I want to give them the whole world. If I can give them the whole world, I'm giving the whole world on my babies.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, and they do everything. They like, when the music, they really like do everything with me. Like, I go to the studio, my kids and my wife.
And they be in your videos.
My kids and my wife with me. Like, for real. My daughter, she gonna dance with me when after I get recording, you know what I mean? We playing, she gonna dance with me. That's great. My son, like he want to rap too, but he like video games, so yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean.
Now I see you actually had DJ Swift recorded one of your videos.
Yeah, you gotta know it.
That's what the fuck I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Now that shit is absolutely fire. Now when I go and I look at how them numbers looking, like that shit is going crazy. The feedback that you getting is off the fucking chain. Like, how does it feel to 14 years later put out this song and still be able to have the same motion? And like I said, I go to a lot of showcases. You're not out here performing. Like, are you still performing or what's going on?
Right now, at the moment, I'm not performing because, I just came home from prison. They got some shit called CRD. Okay. And what CRD is all the time that you got game time, you got to do on parole.
So it really ain't game time.
So, right. So now I'm doing my last 9 months on parole, but I get off May 12th of this year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's back to the shows, like, yeah.
Okay, I know that's right. So now coming back out here and you still got that motion, you still got that. How that's feeling? How's that feeling for you?
It feel good. You know, it feel real good. It really feel good because like the people who like left me, they when I had my little motion with them, and this how I'm thinking, and they mind, okay, he ain't shit without me.
Mm-hmm.
And they mind, he ain't shit without me. He ain't gonna be able to do this. He ain't gonna be able to do this. He ain't gonna be able to do that. So it feel good, and I just sit back and be like, yeah, I know you see this shit. I'm blocked. You blocked on my page, but on these blogs, I know you see this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you like, damn, that nigga he still came home and dropped the hit. Yeah. Yeah, and you gotta know a video had to be better than the last song I did before I went to prison, which was Pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be better than that because it's like I'm setting a tone. I'm setting a tone, know what I mean? Like I know you counted me out. No, you counted me out, but Allah Akbar, you know what I mean? He's the greatest. So
Let me tell you. Now my favorite song by you so far, and you see it because you looking at my notes. You looking at my notes. My
I'm probably
favorite
looking, but I ain't. You know what I mean? I ain't reading.
My favorite song by you, and this is the one that I resonated with, was My Pain 2.0, because that's when you was talking about growing up without your dad,
Yeah,
losing your grandmama, like, going to prison, like you actually laid your pain out, and shit, the rap part was only what, a minute and a half, but you was able to bring so much out in that song. Can I use that song for this interview?
absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
I was sitting in that cell with nobody to fucking call. Still praying to myself if this shit really gon' fucking work. Know my family say they love me, but I start losing my hope. Ain't told to dance since I was 2. That shit that really cut me deep. When granny died, that broke the whole family down in fucking pieces. Now y'all mad cause I just speak on what I see. This ain't no diss. When I was down, niggas treated me like Kobe with 19. And I still love you, crumb. This shit here deeper than some rap. Know some niggas say they love you, but they gon' leave you when it rain. And I'm loyal to my niggas. All my niggas stand beside. Russell visit me in prison, bitch. I sat around game members. I ain't beefing with you, hope about my wife. I play with keeps. In the studio, just watch my daughter. She go dance with me. Really living what a rap. This swear to God, this ain't no cap.
You was able to bring out so much in that song. Like, what space were you in when you was making? Was that when you was just coming out of prison, or when?
I wrote that. I actually wrote that. I wrote that. I was in prison. I called my mom, and I just did 5 years. You know what I mean? Like I said, my son was 5 when I left. I mean 9 when I left. And my mom was like, I don't think you should. I don't think you should go where you going at. I think you should just go to your grandma's house and stay with your grandma and let Junior stay where he at. And in my mind, I'm like, man, I gotta get my boy. My boy, he on the wrong track. So when mama got mad, you know what I mean? I had a change of heart, whatever. Come home. More shit pop off with my oldest sister, you know what I mean? Or more shit pop off with her. So I'm like, fuck it. I go in the room, close. No, I go in the bathroom. I went in the bathroom, closed the door, locked it, and I was flipping through my beats and I found that, and it just came. I ain't had no, like, I'm thinking what I'm writing. I'm in my phone and my hand just went to moving and moving and moving and moving. And then, like, I got that shit down packed and I hit G. I said, hey, G, I need to lay some shit. I got some shit on my chest.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait till May. Now, when May come, you gonna be back out there on the stage performing, doing your thing. Cause you say you gave everybody a chance. Now everybody
Yeah.
done had a lot of
It's tour time. And, yeah.
everything. Now,
Yeah.
what do you feel like was along this journey one of your biggest setbacks?
Prison.
That was definitely prison.
Prison. They put everything on hold. Because in that time, like, a lot of people got signed from Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I would have just listened to my second oldest sister, Mookie, if I would have listened to her and just let that shit go and just kept pushing with the music, I feel like I would have been in that bench.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Now, being a father behind the walls, because I actually have a cousin who's her baby father was gone for 10 years.
Right.
But being behind it, like, what is something that someone who's never experienced being a father behind bars, like, what is something that us on the outside would never know?
That shit, it's hard. Like for me with my son, you know, my son, he 15 now. He about to be 16 in like 2 months. But trying to raise him from behind the wall, like you can't really do it.
Yeah.
You can't really do it. You know what I mean? You can tell them to listen. You don't want to be where I'm at. Listen, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And then they is like, yeah, nigga, you telling me this from behind the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's how my son think, because at the end of the day, like he was already like getting into shit, hanging with gang members, know what I mean, playing with guns. So I'm like trying to save him from this shit from behind the walls. At the same time, know what I mean, the Muslims and the Bloods at war.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, I don't like, you know, I got to do better. I got to do better. Know what I mean? Like that shit just that shit eat you apart. Like you got to be strong for that shit. You know what I mean? Because you gonna miss birthdays, you gonna miss Christmas, you gonna miss if you gone before they walk, you gonna be miss their first walk, taking them to school, them coming home, helping them with their homework. You gonna miss all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's like, when nigga land in that cell, I know for me, looking up at that bunk, like, damn, man, just wanna go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you can't cry in that shit. You can't cry in that shit, because it's like, if you see a nigga crying, that's a sign of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sign of weakness. Oh, this nigga here sweet. Oh, this nigga here soft. Oh, we got to go rob that nigga for everything he got, and they gonna come.
Yeah.
They coming for real. So I ain't gonna lie. I used to cry in the shower.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here on this podcast and tell you, man, I ain't dropped no 10 that shit, man. I cried in the shower, man. Straight up, because like my godmama died when I was in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
My godmama died when I was in that shit. My son getting into shit, you know what I mean? Why I coming to see him? My baby girl saying, "Come on, daddy, I want like come on, we finna go," and I can't go. You know what I mean? Like, can't take her to her BBK. Can't walk my son, my youngest son, to class. Can't walk my oldest son to class. Man, that shit, man, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That's straight up.
Now, how were you able to were you getting in trouble when you was in jail? Like, was that something like you were
Yeah,
lashing out because
I
my
was
cousin
getting,
lost my grandma while he was in prison, and then he lost his mama while he was in
yeah,
prison, and then he came home from prison and his dad passed. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
it led him to like drugs and
It,
different avenues like that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say, like, I was getting in I was getting in major shit. I probably came home in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
2023, I'm sitting on my bunk. Nigga kicked me in my mouth. I spazzed. Gave it to him right
So that's
then.
what happened to your teeth.
Nah, we can talk about that later. But yeah, you know what I
He
mean.
kicked you?
See, my shit was already gone. I fucked around. We was in the war, man. Like the Muslims and the Bloods in the war.
Uh-huh.
Allegedly, nigga hit me with a lock. It came out.
Oh my gosh.
It's all good. The business got handled.
But what I'm saying is, because when we be out here, like, you always hear the shit that, like, the type of stuff that happens behind bars, but you really don't know to what extent. Like, you see, what is that show that they be having? 60 Days
Yeah, but
In.
that shit, fugazi.
You think that's crazy?
That
Because,
shit is
like,
that
yeah.
shit is fugazi. Like, that
You know,
ain't
like 60 Days. Have
that
you ever
shit.
seen
Like,
that show?
it's like in a joint. Like when I came, you know what I mean, I was in that bitch just hanging out. I was hang out like I'm in the projects.
Okay.
You know, I don't feel no nigga. So if you coming, come on, cause I'm gonna give you what I got in here. Like I was at one of the worstest camps in the state of Florida. I was at Martin CI. I slept with a knife. Cause that's how you
Y'all
got.
got knives in there? Y'all be having knives in there, drugs in there. I'm gonna ask you something because I saw on TV that somebody, you just said you was outside smoking your squat. I saw on TV that they charge you $20 to $30 for a single cigarette.
20 to 30. It depends on where you at. Like at Martin, it's $50 a cigarette.
One?
It's 50.
Ah, shit. Do you listen?
It's at Martin. It's $50 a cigarette. You know what I mean? You then certain camps you got them for like $8. You know what I mean? But me, I wasn't smoking. You know, I was too busy eating. Like that's like I wanted my food. Like that's how I got this bed. You know what I mean? Like eating. Like I ain't do no working out. Fucking working out. I ain't come to prison to work out. I can't do time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now for you, you said it was kind of like it wasn't as rough, but what was some of the craziest stuff you've seen like behind bars? My cousin tell me some of them stories, and some of it's just like crazy as hell. The craziest thing you've seen yourself, allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly.
This ain't no motherfucking allegedly. I
Okay.
seen that shit.
Wait, before you get started, will all get mad at me if I drink?
No, you can drink.
Okay,
I
Lizzie,
just
can you
saying.
pull me up, baby? Give me a little Patron and
It's just like and on like great. Like I don't know. Like and that shit. I was just like, it's like. It ain't nothing ain't shocked me because I know like I know what's going on. Ain't nothing ain't shocked me. So like it's niggas like that's y'all you probably know that's in that shit. That's the gangsterest nigga on the street. That's the killer nigga.
yeah.
Hey man, he out there walking, he
That's
out
something
there
that's
holding hands, man.
But that's something that
You know
somebody, well,
what I
they
mean?
ain't say Kodak was holding hands, but somebody said that when Kodak came into prison, he went straight to, what is it called? He says two ways that you can go. You can go to general population, or you can request, like if you got money or something, you can request to go to a whole nother section.
Protected custody.
That's it. Yeah, they say he went over there to PC.
But in prison, it's really no PC because, okay, I might be at this camp over here. They don't like me. Okay, I check in from this camp and go to another camp. Nah, in prison, you know what I mean? It's devices. All the nigga got to do is call from this prison to this prison. Hey, get him, and he got. So it's really no PC.
Oh
Crackers
my
ain't protecting. Man, they getting beat up.
Oh my God. Now seeing what's behind bars, because like you said, a lot of the kids, especially now when you hear their music and stuff like that, all they talking about is either selling drugs or they talking about shooting somebody, the kind of scraps they got. You have young black men coming up into this kind of culture as well, where it's kind of like glorified, like this is the cool thing to do. You experiencing what you've experienced, like how does that like translate to how you kind of talk to your kids?
I just give my sons the real deal. I ain't sitting back talking about this. No, man, if you do this, your ass is going to jail.
That's it.
You don't want to, like I tell them, you don't want to go and deal with what I had to deal with because, like, once them crackers get you can cry, you can call me. Ain't nothing I can do because you know what I mean. You did what you did. You know what I mean? Like, so I try to keep my boy like straight. Like he been doing good. Like I'm proud of him. He been doing good. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I'm a proud father. So you know
I
what I
know
mean?
that's
So
right.
I don't like. I be hard on mine because like I don't want them to make the same mistakes I made.
Right.
You know, because like it's like my mama was telling me this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that. Don't do this, son. This was gonna happen. You ain't gonna be able to do this. And I ain't listen. You know what I mean? I went to prison. Got out. At that time, they was releasing you at 12:01 long as your people come get you. My mama came and got me at 12 o'clock. We was back in town because it was an hour. We was back at town about 1:15. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
By 1:30, by 1:30, 2 o'clock, I was out there with the same niggas who ain't do shit for me.
Really? So, I want to ask that because I know a lot of my female friends, they talk a lot about how you always with your homeboys, but your homeboys ain't gonna, you know what I mean, hold you down. But did you find that when you was doing your time, your girl held you down more than your homies did?
What? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I didn't miss it. Listen, canteen when you if you it's a limit in prison.
Mm-hmm.
It's $100 limit. Your people can see you whatever they want to, but you only can spend $100 a week. I ain't miss now canteen day. She ain't miss now visit. Money was on that phone. My kids know me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hell yeah, she held it down, knowing me. Like, you know, G held it down too, cause when I got in a little bind and we got in a little bind and I hit G and like, hey, G sent me $20. Like he shoot $20, know what I mean? He put money on his phone and shit, know what I mean? Like, but outside of him, man, I seen a nigga I called my brother, fuck with the same niggas I'm beefing with.
Oh, ain't that the worst shit in the
Know what I
world?
mean? Like, and then hit me when I get out, like, hey, what's up? Hey, bro, you might be trying to set me up. Get the fuck around me.
Now, do you feel like that's always the case? Like, do you feel like it's an automatic disqualification as a friend if they fucking with somebody heavy that you don't fuck with?
Fact. To me, yeah. Yeah.
What's the biggest reason?
Cause I don't know your intentions. I don't know what y'all, come on.
So let's say
I don't know what y'all got going on. That's like one of the ex-homeboys.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking with this nigga who you know I don't like, who know that this is the reason, he part of the reason why I went. And I'm watching this shit from behind the wall. I watching this shit from behind the wall, seeing you take pictures, y'all that shows that this, that. Nigga, you know, and then, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you trying to do.
Yeah.
To your home, not know what I mean? Like, what you trying to do? I know they don't like me. I know they got an agenda. What you trying to, hey, man, come to a show and then you got them niggas out there and it's one of me? Another DC number.
I know that's right.
Uh-uh.
So now you own to your faith. Now you Muslim. What are some of the biggest things? Because you said right off back you did not change. So you coming out, you say you didn't change right off back. It took some getting used to. Like, what were the toughest habits to break when you were coming into your Muslim faith?
Well, man, because you like eating pork.
Oh, I love pork chops.
You can't eat that swine.
I'm thinking about a pork chop right now.
Yeah, you can't eat that swine.
I'm talking from back here, man.
That was the hardest thing. But I don't eat it no more, know what I mean?
No bacon?
No.
No sausage? So what you eat your grits and eggs with? Turkey bacon. You eat turkey bacon?
Well, she gonna cook turkey bacon in the morning, so yeah. I'm eating turkey bacon.
You see what I'm saying? So it worked. It worked.
But
I don't like turkey bacon. I could do turkey sausage.
I think the hardest thing that I had to grow into though is fasting. See, right now we're in Ramadan.
Okay.
See, so it's harder for me because I work outside. So in the daytime, like at 6 in the morning, longest the sun down, I can eat whatever.
Yeah.
But when the sun up, you can't eat nothing.
Oh my God. He talking about ribs and pig feet. He thinking about his pork right now.
Hey,
you eat pig feet? You country as hell. Where you from? Oh, you ain't that country.
Yeah, man. I like that. You know what I mean?
So you say the hardest part was?
The hardest part of me growing into it, like really like doing it, was fasting.
Okay, so Ramadan, what time do y'all pray?
It's different times.
Because
the time's gonna change like tonight was 6:38 that we made 1 hour prayers. Now tomorrow might be 6:40.
It just depends on when the sun sets.
It always changes. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna make that prayer.
I'm gonna tell you because I was coming up to my studio one day and I stopped by the gas station right up the road and I seen this boy. He had his whole prayer cloth. Even when I was working, like they'll come out at a certain time and they'll put their prayer cloth down there, no matter where they at, how they do it.
Yeah.
They always pray. You do that too?
Right at work.
You do?
Right at work. I don't care what I'm carrying.
Now, when you fast,
I can have a whole gate on my shoulder. I gotta drop this and make my prayer.
so I mean, that might be the true religion because with Christians, what I find is, yeah, they might pray, but Christians close their eyes and they pray to themselves. It's not like out in the open, really, unless it's not something that's required of the Christian faith, is what I'm gonna say. It's some people who might do that, but it's not a requirement. But I literally see Muslims every single time they on their hands and knees and they praying. And then now you say you fasting. Okay, so how does the fast? See, I'm big. So all this fasting and stuff, that'll be where
it's really like to me. It's like a mind thing. Like to me, like Allah bless me. The least I can do is fast for him.
Mm-hmm.
Allah bless me. Allah gave me 3 beautiful children, a wife, a big house. You know what I mean? Like, hey, able to come home, make music. Gave me a better manager. You know what I mean? Allah bless me.
So how long do you fast?
30 days.
30 days. Okay, and what does this fast consist of?
Submission to Allah.
No, I'm saying, like, when can you eat? You just don't eat at all?
No, you can eat. Like right now, I can eat, I can drink water, I can do whatever I need to do until that sun pop up.
Okay.
When that daylight break, that's over with. So long as the sun is down, you can eat.
But you can't eat pork.
You can't eat pork even when the sun up.
Oh,
even when you ain't fasting.
Damn. Yeah, I probably would make a bad Muslim because I'd be like cheating.
But that won't make you a bad Muslim because you got, allegedly, you got some Muslims that eat pork.
Okay.
But when you eat that pork, you got to go ask Allah for forgiveness.
See, that's tough. Because, like, today I just had me a bacon hamburger.
Yeah.
Bacon cheeseburger.
I had me some rice and peas.
That's it?
Yeah.
No meat.
Some rice and peas. When that sun went down, bust that thing in, put it in the microwave, put it on 2 minutes.
So you don't eat meat at all? You just...
Yeah.
Okay.
If it ain't pork.
Okay, so chicken, fish, all that. Okay.
I don't even eat it. Well, I eat fish, but it can't have no bones in it.
I mean, I'm the same way.
Yeah, it can't have no bones in it.
We done got fancy.
Yeah. I don't got bougie ass. You know what I mean? Only what I like drinking is Zephyr Hills.
Nah, I can't do the Zephyr Hills.
What's wrong with Zephyr Hills?
I don't like, it don't taste clean. It tastes like they went straight to the river.
But Aquafina do.
I don't like Aquafina neither. I like, what is that? I like the Smart Water, the alkaline.
And when it get hot, it tastes funny.
Well, I don't drink it hot.
Well, if it get warm, it's gonna taste funny.
I don't think so. I think it tastes
funny. Let it get warm then. Let it get warm. When it get warm, tell me what it is.
Now, for people who are listening to your music, I'm so excited because your music actually has a message. You kind of like a conscious rapper, but you got a little, you got a little thug shit in there too. But for the most part, it's like you put a lot of thought behind your words. First off, what does it take for an artist to become vulnerable in their music? It's hard to put your life out there like that.
Some people it's hard for, but for me, like, the person who I used to talk to, she gone.
Gone.
She passed away.
Okay,
this is my godmama. Like, that was my godmama, my best friend. That was my road dog. Like, she passed away, so I don't really. I love my sisters. I know my little sisters love. I know my sisters love me, but I don't talk to them about everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk to them about what I go through. I just feel like me putting that shit in the song and shit. Might be somebody out there going through the same shit I'm going through. I might hear them. You know what I mean? They might be like, damn, he going through the same thing I'm going through. So I know I ain't the only one.
Yeah.
I might, you know what I mean? Just them hearing the shit. I'm putting this shit on whack and they hearing this shit might be like that. I might save somebody's life. Somebody probably was thinking about suicide. You know what I mean? I might save somebody's life. So I like to speak about the shit I go through. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I give you I switch it up once I'm here and there and give you some street shit. But most of the time, this shit real life what I'm going through. Like, this shit really happened.
Now, I posted a question after my last podcast, the last time, because a lot of people were saying, and Liz is one of the people who feels as if there should be a cap to music. You're 34, you've been doing it 14 years. If not, first off, if not music, what would you be doing?
I love music.
Music?
I love music.
So ain't nothing else.
I love music. I don't feel like it should be a cap.
You don't feel like it should be a cap?
Just like I commented. Like, because you might be rapping. You might start rapping when you're 20.
Uh-huh.
Time, you keep rapping, you keep rapping, you keep rapping, you keep rapping. You might be 37. That label might call and say, hey, come on. Now you there.
Okay, so now for people who, because I know my Facebook thing was going off the chain with that too. Now for the people who say things like it's a 4 out of 10% chance that you're going to be one of those, because you got to remember, like, the music industry is oversaturated. Everybody wants to do music. Sometimes I go to these guys, I be judging these damn showcases, and I literally sit there like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to do music. Everybody don't need to do music, but everybody got that music dream. Why you feel like people who make trash music still out here making music and performing?
I don't like.
And paying for it, because you got to pay to perform.
They probably think that shit hard.
So for them people, you feel like, for people who you just know, well, maybe somebody might like that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but you got to think about how many trash niggas in the industry. You be like, how the fuck this nigga made it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you still got to think about it. Like, even though this shit might be trash to us, he might be doing numbers on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and the labels, just because he doing numbers, might come and grab. Like, yeah.
Now, how do y'all feel? I'm gonna go around. How do you feel about how everybody going down? Because I just saw Yellow Bees. It just went down for Mo3 killing. Then I saw Big U just go down on his federal indictment. And you know, he big in the game. He done went down for all types of stuff. You got P. Diddy locked up. You got Young Dirt locked up. You got who else just ASAP Rocky just beat his case. Literally beat his case. How the hell he beat that? I don't know. Who else you had? You got Young Boy fighting the goddamn case, Kodak Black fighting the case, and these are all the artists. Yeah, these are all the artists that are highly promoted and highly glorified, and you see the message that they spitting. Do you feel like they just set them up, put them on this pedestal to ultimately make an example out of them?
They was at once upon a time. When it first happened, them people gave them niggas millions.
Mm-hmm.
They went to jail. They got out scot-free.
Mm-hmm.
You niggas got more millions and got back in trouble. Why is you in trouble? You got all this money. You got these kids. Why is you in trouble?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's their decisions. You can't blame nobody for your actions. When I went to prison, and my mama came and seen me, and she said, you know why you in here? I said, yeah. She said, why? I said, because I put myself here.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you don't blame nobody? I said, yeah. She said, who? I said, myself.
Yeah.
White people ain't do that. Every time something happen, niggas talk about the white man this, the white man that. Nah. Niggas did that.
Okay. Okay, now you know you're gonna get a lot of backlash on that.
I don't give a fuck.
So you pretty much saying that. So when it comes to our culture in a whole, because like you said, it's a lot of reasons why they say things are happening, like the violence happening. They say it's because of the music. The girls is growing up faster. They say it's because of this. What do you think ultimately? The lack of love in our community, the lack of support that we get in our community. What do you think is the ultimate cause of that?
Boy, they gonna kill me when I say this.
Say it. Keep it real.
They gonna kill me when I say this here, boy. Fathers.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, because I feel like if I would have had my parts in my life, I'd have never went to prison. You know what I mean? Because, yes, my mama did her thing. Take my salute my mama.
Mm-hmm.
But my mama can't show me how to be no man.
Right.
My mama can't show me how to be no man. I don't give a damn. And it's a lot of single mamas out there. I salute them.
Mm-hmm.
But my mama you can't show no young man how to be a man.
That's
just like with my oldest son right now. Me and my wife is all he got. Even though he got me, I cannot give him what he feel that his mama can give him.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what I do, I can buy him every goddamn shoe in the store, clothes, games, give him love. He still want that mother love.
Right. That's some real stuff because I call them grown ass kids, grown ass boys, grown ass girls, and it's a lot of that. I just asked you that because you spoke of accountability and you spoke of just taking responsibility for the choices that you make. Like I hear a lot of people throw it off on everybody else. It's their fault. You know, I cheated on you because you did it because that's what the fuck. I betrayed you because you did it because that's what the fuck you wanted to do in the first place. I ain't had to give you you were gonna do it regardless. You get what I'm saying? That's some real shit. That's why I love your music so much because I'm telling you, when I hear your music, if you just saw the journey, Liz been here with me the whole time from last year to now. It's crazy. Just go on my page, go on my YouTube, look back and look at it. Look at the people you see. And I'm not even going to say too much on here, but look at the people that you see on here. And then you look at how shit transpired. It changed my whole perception. How did the music industry for you kind of change? Like when you see all the deception and you see that you still trying to work towards this goal. Now you accomplishing that goal, but you see all those people who you thought was going to be here for eternity just fall out. That's like, for me, that was the most painful. Like, I used to cry to Liz, like, I can't believe this happened. You know what I mean? But it was all so fresh.
It was like, that shit just was, man, I hate to speak on this, but,
Did you want to cry?
No.
It's okay. You'll be the second one to cry on my show.
Well,
I feel like I'm doing something
big,
y'all. I'll be ready for Hollywood.
I want to make sure I answer this right. Ask me that again.
Being in this music industry and seeing how many people followed you when you first started off, going through the challenges that you've had to face, and kind of being faced with the disloyalty. Like you never thought these people would do this shit, but kind of being faced with that. Like how did that make you? How did you deal with that?
Damn. Cried and prayed as I dealt with it, and stepped on a couple of people along the way, but for the most part, cried and prayed.
And now you see your success, and
I do, but it's not with the help of me. I can't just like take all that. I got to get that. I got to get credit to G, because like, and I came home like at first, man, AG be my man. That nigga wasn't Man, he wouldn't be man. That was a big NO. Like straight up, it was like just being real. So when I came home, I was like, man, bro, be my manager. He was like, man, I was like, man, we talked about this. So when I was up the road, and it's just like Allah just made it happen, and bro be like he be on me like I don't be thinking like just cause I ain't post like bro be like, hey bro, you need to get in the studio, you need to do this, or you need to shoot this, or we need to do this. Like he got a nigga in that line, cause now you got people that's like, damn, what the fuck he doing this, doing this, doing. I see him now, boy, I came on it. Yeah. At the same time, I'm a fat nigga. I'm a fat chubby nigga that got a whole bunch of swag with it.
Facts.
A whole bunch of swag.
Well, I ain't talking about the fat part, but you swag the fuck out, bro.
And it's just like he got a big part of this shit. Like he's a big part of that shit. Like for real. Like yeah, I had like little other managers, but bro got me.
Okay.
Bro got me going.
All right. Now, what's next? May 5th coming. What can we expect to see? May come.
May?
You say you off in May?
May 12th.
May 12th. Y'all remember that date? May 12th.
But before that though, I just dropped Dynamic 3.
I know you dropped that Dynamic 3. That shit's so fire.
Just dropped Dynamic 3. I'm gonna get ready to drop another mixtape though.
You be dropping.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop another one.
I got a question for you because it really pissed me off when I was listening. Why you be making your song so short? I'm only asking you that because Boss Man D-Lo had an answer, and I want to see if this logic is correct. Why do you make your song so short?
Because I want y'all to be begging for more.
Boss Man D-Lo say after 2 minutes, people's attention span starts to go down.
Yeah.
So he don't do that.
I want y'all to be like, damn, this nigga talking. Let me see what he's talking about right here. See you talking about right here. Yeah.
Now with Dynamic 3, you got a lot of dope ass shit going on with that album. Kind of walk us through the process of you making that album, what motivated that album, and kind of like the feedback that you're getting. Because when I look,
I wrote that in prison.
It's perfect. It's all the comments dope as fuck.
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that in prison, like
the whole thing.
You know, every song, but you gotta know it.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, ain't know that, but yeah, everything, but you gotta know it. Oh, and the song Big Dog, them the two that I didn't write in prison, but all the rest of them I wrote in prison because man, these niggas fucked me over, man. These niggas fucked me over bad, and my thing was like, you got to apply pressure when you come home, boy.
Yeah.
You got to apply pressure when you come home. And I remember telling G, like, boy, I'm ready, boy. He was like, yeah, we gonna see. Yeah, But, yeah, like, when I dropped that, like, I think the hardest song to me, 2750.
I was gonna say, of all your songs, give me your top 3.
I love You Gotta Know It.
I love that too. That's one of my songs.
You Gotta Know It, 2750. And My Pain 2.0.
My Pain 2.0. You Gotta Know It. And Pressure was my favorite 3.
Pressure?
Mm-hmm. I loved all of them.
I appreciate that.
I love all of it. I was sitting in the car like, Liz, you gotta fucking listen to this, bro. I'm like, cause you know she talk proper as fuck, you know. I'm like, Liz, you gotta fucking listen to this, bro. You know what I mean? And she was listening and she was excited. And she ain't been excited about an artist sitting in here. Close this out for me one more time. We finna wrap it up. It's just saying low battery. Still going. But Liz do not get excited about no artist. Like, I'm telling you, the artist last week and the artist this week was the two that she was the most excited about. And we worked together. So, I mean, the whole damn time she having to walk with me and listen to your music. We only listening to your damn music. Talk with me and listen to your music. We on lunch break. We playing your music. Liz was like, all right, Zoe.
I appreciate that.
All right, Zoe. I'm like, hey, girl, you got to listen to this. You got to know it. And I'm so upset. I'm going to tell you about why I'm upset later because I got to put that part out. But what is coming up next? You say you finna get ready to drop some more hot shit.
Yeah, I'm finna drop a whole nother mixtape.
When can we expect that? Or you ain't got a date yet?
August 4th.
August 4th? Okay,
August
you gonna
4th.
you gonna come and do one of your songs here live?
Yeah, I come do one live.
You will?
Well, why
That's
not?
what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck, because you know Zoe be getting all the dope hits.
Why not?
I'm telling you. I'm
Shit.
fucking telling you. And for all of the people that are gonna listen to this and hear your story and see kind of like your process and the progress that you made from then to now. You say you've done all these years in prison. You've been away from your kids. You coming home. These your primary. That's your primary concern. You transitioned your faith. You putting God first. You seeing everything happen. You know what I mean? A lot of people at a bad space right now. Like, what would be a word of encouragement that you would have to them?
You mean like the people do well?
No. I'm getting there too, because I got something for my haters too.
Just don't stop, keep going, no matter what. You know, it may be times where you be like, man, I want to just say, fuck this, fuck it all. Don't stop. Keep going, keep praying, because I know for a fact he might not come when you need him to, or when you want him to.
But he'll be there right on time.
Well, he come through.
Yes, sir.
Because he came I'm talking about, like it told me 15 years. Like it told me 15 years, I went calculating everything. My son gonna be this here, gonna be this and this and this and this and this. Lawyer came back and said, boy, I got this the best deal I can get for you. He said, man, I can get you 64 months. I said, 64 months? I said, come on, man, do better than that. Went back over there. He said, man, them people said they ready to go to trial. You gonna take the 64 months or you ain't? I said, tell him to give me 60. Came back, he said, yeah. Snatched the pen up out his hand.
Yeah.
It's time to go. So you just know what I mean? You know, God for real, God real. Like, yeah, it's plenty of times, you know what I mean? I done been in the bind. Since I've been out, I done been in the bind before. I be like, man, why you don't look worried for what? I know Allah got me. Then
That's
boom,
right.
Then boom.
It happened.
Allah bless me.
That's why I love how God works. You ever had somebody do you wrong and you just sit back like this and just Twitter because you know God don't play about you?
Hey.
And that shit just be in that corner and you be like, ha! Gotcha, bitch.
I just be like, it should be funny to me, you know what I mean? Because, like, you ain't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but that corner shit, that shit for real. That shit gonna come back and bite you in your ass. Like, yeah, you thought this nigga was gonna be with you, huh?
Got him.
You know, hey, what you know? But back on the topic,
yeah.
You know, I got that Magnetic 2 finna come out. That's August 4th. You know, I'm gonna drop that on my wife's birthday.
Okay.
Drop that on her birthday. That's gonna be diverse.
Gotcha.
Cause I can't sing, but I tried.
Oh my God.
I tried. You know what I mean? Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think it was just like, let me step outside my box. Like, I'm trying to do something like that other artists ain't doing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like, yeah, you got all the artists in town, but everybody rapping. Yeah. You don't hear nobody like trying to do their own harmonize their hook or sing their hooks or whatever. That's just like, I'm about to do this project. It's country artists.
Okay.
You ain't seen, since I've been home, I ain't seen a nigga do it.
Listen, and country is the new hip hop.
I
all our hip hop people going, you see Shabuya.
And then we're gonna say this right here on here, because this is a fact. If I see what a nigga did it,
okay.
You know what I mean?
He said it here first.
That's where it comes from. So yeah, that's what you expect. You can expect, you know what I mean? It's still gonna have that. It's still gonna have that pain in it, but it's gonna have that. That you're gonna be able to vibe to it.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay, and if we want to check out all your hot ass hits, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram. I am T.O. Suggs. Facebook, T.O. Suggs. YouTube, official T.O. Suggs. But that's the trending T.O. Suggs. TikTok, T.O. Suggs 27. What other shit is that? Everything T.O. Suggs. Mr. 1027 are done.
TOSUGGS. I'll drop that shit right down here, y'all. Make sure y'all check my boy out. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And if y'all like that music that we just put in this bitch today, make sure y'all comment on that too, honey. You already know what the hell going on. This is your girl, Zoe, baby. And we out.
That's all I got for
You gotta know it, I'm pressure. You gotta know it, I'm still with the shits. You gotta know it, I still send a hit. You gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it. Bitch, you gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it. Bitch, you gotta know it. You gotta know it, I'm pressure. You gotta know it, I'm still with the shits. You gotta know it, I still send a hit. You gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it. Bitch, you gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it. Bitch, you gotta know it. You gotta know it, I'll wipe a nigga down. You gotta know it, I'm still with the shits. You gotta know it, I snap in that cell. You gotta know it, they fuck with my ops. I came up from nothing, so you gotta know it. You